Good evening. Tonight, I'd like to leave you with a dangerous idea, one that you don't normally hear at business school, let alone at graduation. I want to encourage you to be selfish. Yes, I am serious. Now, before you and your guests lean over and start whispering, maybe they should pick Elliot to give this speech. Here we go. For the past 2 years, we've been anything but selfish. We've sacrificed time, sleep, and sanity. We've revised presentations on flights, taken Teams calls from Little League parking lots, read cases between kids' birthday parties, and let's be honest, leaned on the leniency of the deadlines of some of our professors. We've carried each other through new jobs, lost jobs, startups, new babies, burnout, and more group projects than I ever hope to see again. And we didn't leave anyone behind. Even when we got tired, somebody always flew point. Sometimes you were the front goose, sometimes you were drafting behind. But we flew as a group, and we got here together. And I'm incredibly proud to have flown with each one of you. So yes, today is a moment of gratitude to the faculty who challenged us and supported us inside and outside of the classroom. To Rebecca, who stepped into her new role with energy, ideas, and an unflinching bravery to wrangle a very opinionated cohort. To Connie, Crystal, and everyone behind the scenes who made the program run. And yes, let's be honest, to our honorary cohort member, ChatGPT, who absolutely had To the spouses and partners who held everything together while we juggled 2 or more full-time jobs. Your support wasn't background, it was the lifeblood to get us to tonight. And to the kids in the room who gave up dinners, weekends, and bedtime stories, I hope you're as proud of your parents as I am to have shared a classroom with them. But now, I want to speak directly to my classmates. Because while this program taught us about markets and margins, negotiations and net present value, what it really taught us about was ourselves. And that's why I'm here tonight to make the case for selfishness. Not the ego-driven, bro hustle, climb the ladder kind that's often associated with business school. I'm talking about the quiet kind, the Stoic kind. The kind that says, before you lead anyone else, you need to know who you are. That put your mask on before assisting others kind. The kind that allows you to pause before you rush headfirst into what's next. Because this final semester has been the sprint at the end of a marathon. We've been juggling presentations, back-to-back projects, and an incredible whirlwind trip in Dubai. You probably haven't had a moment to breathe. So before you immediately fill this newfound space with another promotion, initiative, or LinkedIn Learning badge, pause, hold on that new role, delay that next commitment. Don't immediately reinvest this time into something productive. Take a few weeks to be selfish. Just sit with your thoughts. Look back and remember how you felt when we started, what you feared, what you hoped, and how much has changed since then. Heck, even reread your Winslow evaluation. Figure out who you've become. 2 years was a long time ago. For me, this journey has been a process of peeling back layers. I met all of you as a burned out, career-confused R&D super nerd who maybe knew a little bit of business jargon. Personally, it's been a complicated period of self-discovery, masked by class projects, job applications, interviews, consulting gigs, and launching a startup. And somewhere in there, I had what can only be described as a Shrek moment. I realized my layers weren't an onion, I was a parfait. Complex, contradictory, sweet, and uncertain, possibly containing varied amounts of whipped cream and IPA depending on where I was in my weight loss side journey. And always with a generous helping of self-doubt. But buried in those layers, I began to uncover something constant. Courage, justice, wisdom, temperance, though that last one's still a work in progress, referenced the IPA comment earlier. These weren't abstract ideas. They became personal coordinates. How I show up, how I lead, how I want to be seen, how those complicated layers interact to make me who I really am and provide me the space and the language to really describe it. Not emotional detachments, not the relentless optimization that has driven much of my life, but clarity, peace, a North Star, a trajectory that let me stop sprinting towards someone else's idea of success. As Ben Franklin once said, there are three things extremely hard: steal, a diamond, and to know oneself. So before you leap towards the next milestone, pause. Get to know that self a little better. Because leadership, true leadership, doesn't come from titles or org charts. It comes from people who know themselves. And when you do, you don't need to be the loudest voice in the room. You listen more. You help others breathe. You own your mistakes. You create safety. People follow you not because they have to, but because they trust you. And that kind of leadership, it starts here, with reflection and with intention, and with a little selfishness. Not forever, just long enough to let this experience land, to really mean something. Recognize that this degree wasn't about checking boxes or crossing off due dates off of Kazi spreadsheets. It was redefinition of who you are and of what you stand for, and where you want to go and why. So when you think about what's next, don't ask, what job should I chase? Ask, what kind of impact do I want to make? Epictetus once wrote, now is the time to get serious about living your ideals. How long can you afford to put off who you really want to be? Your nobler self cannot wait any longer. Separate yourself from the mob. Decide to be extraordinary and do what you need to do now. So yes, take a breath. Reflect. Be selfish. And then go lead. Not from ambition, but from identity. I'm grateful for this cohort, and I'm grateful for each of you. It's incredible how deep a connection we built in 2 short years, and that's a credit to your commitment, to me, and to each other. From pharmacist pricing battles, endless OB presentations, all of our newfound expertise in the railroad industry, and the after-class debriefs at Northside. Thank you for all of it. Thank you for sharpening me, for challenging me, for helping me rediscover who I am. I'm proud to have flown this path with you. Now go, be selfish. You've earned it. And when you're ready, go lead with everything you've learned, especially the parts that have nothing to do with business school, and everything to do with becoming who you're meant to be. Thank you.